Good afternoon, chickadees. Welcome back to another day. So, if you've been following me a little bit, you know that yesterday, was week 6 of this Ozempic to try and help make some dent in my insulin resistance and my A1C. Now, I don't test and get the results of that until early next month, but I've just been kind of cruising along. The first 4 weeks on the 0.25 dose, no real side effects or bad symptomology, which is kind of crazy for me given the fact that I tend to react to a lot of stuff. But since having gone up to the 0.5 last week, I've definitely been having a very different reaction to that dose than the original one. And the biggest reaction is that part of the way, if you're not familiar with the mechanics of Ozempic, part of the way that it works is that it slows down your gut motility. And the whole point is that it takes longer to digest things. Things sit in your stomach and your gut for longer, keeping you full longer. Now, that part of things is not something that I necessarily needed help with. And it's actually turned out it's making things a little trickier. I'm actually going to do a 6-week Ozempic update, but what I've noticed, especially towards the tail end of last week, is that since things are moving through so much slower and I'm full all the time, and I just really don't want to add anything else to it. I made a mistake on Sunday and I pushed myself to try and meet my calories, and I actually made myself quite sick. My body basically said, you know what? Enough is enough. You can't keep putting... It was like overstuffing a balloon. You can't keep putting food into a stomach that just is already full. And I got really sick. Like I haven't had, well, let's just say I'm going to avoid TMI, but my stomach couldn't hold anymore, and it let me know, and I was sick for several days. So since then, I've been a little cautious or a little afraid to eat more than what my body says it's willing to handle at one time. And like last night, I did go ahead and cook the entire box of mussels because I knew that they were probably going to be small. If you saw my video yesterday, you will have seen the total weight was like 68 grams worth of cooked mussel meat, which would have fit into a quarter of a cup. And I had steamed some asparagus. I had a couple of rounds of some delicata squash, and I had made a little pico. So there wasn't anything terribly heavy in there. I counted everything. I thought it would be okay. I got less than halfway through it, and I just couldn't. I left it thinking maybe I would come back to it, and I didn't. So it's very much changing not my awareness of portion sizes, but again, if you've been with me for a long time, you know that generally I have 2 meals a day and they tend to be really veggie forward, vegetable heavy. Generally half the plate is vegetables, and then I have another quarter sort of protein, quarter carb. I can't do that. I just, right now at least, I just can't. So where normally I would have 2 duck eggs for scrambled eggs, and I would have maybe 70 grams of cottage cheese, I don't think I can handle that. So all of that to kind of say, what you're going to see over the next, what you have seen over the last couple of days, and what you're probably going to see moving forward, at least in some degree, is a much smaller version of how I have been eating. Not because I am trying to cut calories, not because I am trying to change anything from the weight loss perspective, just my body told me in no uncertain terms, you will not overstuff me like a piñata, or else. And the or else was very unpleasant. So here's the plan for today. I am going to do 1 scrambled duck egg and some cottage cheese. I'm going to have that with a little bit of basil pesto. And then I'm going to steam some asparagus and some grape tomatoes. I'm going to have that with a bit of tamarind powder. And that will be, I don't even know how to sort of name meals anymore, because I never know, I don't know what or how much I'm going to eat in a day. So we're just going to say meal 1. Nothing really to show you on that. I'm just going to scramble the egg and steam the veggies, and then that'll be everything. All right, so everything's done. Steamed asparagus. I left the cherry tomatoes raw. 70 grams of cottage cheese and a little basil pesto, and then my scrambled duck egg. And what I've done, and what you will probably see predominantly moving forward, at least for the foreseeable future, is these are my bread plates, salad plates, I don't know, saucers, but what do you guys call the smaller plate in your dish set? So this is my normal plate that I use, and this is the plate that I'm going to be using. So part of it for me is that I like, seeing a full plate. And there are lots of things that we can do to help ourselves in the mental health side of things. And because I have certain eating triggers from before that I really try to avoid, the way that I plate my food makes a big difference. And that taking care and time involved in that is, for me, a form of self-care. And so while you may see the plates still look full, they're this plates. So it's just whatever the traditional sort of salad plate, bread plate, saucer, whatever you call it is. Anyway, so this is meal 1. So I'm a little bit discombobulated. I completely forgot to take a picture of that first meal that I had. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try a little yogurt and fruit bowl. So I have a Yoplait Mountain Blueberry, and then some blackberries, raspberries, and kiwi. And by the same, using the same kind of principle, you guys have seen them before. Normally I do a big bowl. I bought these cute little new small black bowls. Dollar General had them for $2 each. What's that say? Dishwasher and microwave safe. That's great. But I just wanted something that was black or dark like the rest of my stuff and smaller. So I got those, and you've seen my normal bowls. It's going to basically be probably about half of that. So I'm going to use the yogurt and then just a little bit of the fruit. One thing I am going to do though, because I like making stuff pretty. So this is how I'm going to dye the yogurt. And all that is I found these on Amazon. They are a blue spirulina capsule that I can pull apart. It's basically just a vegetable powder. It's just a spirulina powder. And it's like what you would use in smoothies. But they are brilliantly blue. So I took one of those apart and, oh, can't do that one-handed. And this can be a little chalky. And so I have just put some water in there to dilute it. And all I'm going to do is add the yogurt into that. And that should, I've done it before, it should give me a really nice blue color. And then I'll just top with some fruit, and that will be that. Hey guys. Okay, so, man, this is complicated. It is like 10 to 10 p.m. and I don't want anything else, but I've had 400 calories today. I definitely can't push myself like I did before, but at the same time, I think that calling it a night and going to bed, in a few hours at 400 calories is something that I could easily do, but it's also a habit that I need to very much not get into. So I'm in my pantry and I'm like, what can I have that is not going to be really heavy, that is going to allow me to, I'm still not going to get anywhere near my calories today, but I was like, what can I split the difference with? And what I've come up with, I bought these beef pho bowls. Pho. It's not faux, and I did that last time. Pho. I bought pho bowls from Sam's Club. There's not a whole lot in here. It's rice noodles, some broth, and then there's like a packet of dried vegetables. So these are 200 calories for the container. Big old 0 protein there. It's all carbs, 48 grams of carbs. But I haven't eaten anywhere near any of my macros today, so it really doesn't matter. I thought, let me just do that. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, 200 calories isn't really going to do too much for you. And do you just want to do that? So I had a quick look through the fridge, and I have some baby king mushrooms, some sugar snaps, and that's some of the seasoned bamboo shoots. And I was like, all right, well, let me add those. And then I remembered that I had bought, so these are Chinese sausages. They are 210 calories for one, 17 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein. And they basically look like that. I haven't tried these. They came highly recommended. They had great reviews. I ordered them a long time ago when I ordered from EGGY, and I've just never opened them. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have one link, which will be 210. This will be 200 calories. So that's at least another 410. That's going to be negligible. So that still means that I finished today at basically, I think I'm at 420 now. So even if we set another 420, we're still only looking at 840 for the day. But it's better than me going to bed on 400 calories. So this is just like an instant ramen bowl. Let me see. I think I can do this one-handed. They're pretty easy to open. So it's just the rice noodles themselves, which look like that, glass noodles. This is the soup sachet, and then it just has little dehydrated vegetables. And basically there is a water line in the bowl, which, there you go, you can kind of see it. You just fill that up with water, put it in the microwave for 4 minutes, and done. So I'm going to do that. I think these sausages are fully cooked. Hang on, I'm trying to find some English here. Not ready to eat, must be cooked. Refrigerate after opening. All right, so what does it say? Cook thoroughly. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in, oh, here we go. Instructions. Set sausage on a dish set above water. So they're basically going to talk about steaming it. Let the water boiling. After the water is boiled, keep boiling for 10 minutes. Serve in slices or squares. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to microwave this the same as the soup. So put everything together. No cooking to show you. And I'll just get that in a bowl and we'll be done. All right, super easy. I have one of those sausages cut up, some of the mushrooms and sugar snaps, and I'm just going to put those in the little microwave steamer bowl. Once those are done, I'll cook the noodles and then just put it all together. All right, all done. It looks really good. It smells good. I just don't know how I'm going to go in terms of like finishing it, but we'll see. Well, that went about as expected. I made sure to at least eat the sausage so that I'm going to count everything for that, and then basically count half of everything else. And that's it. I can't do any more. So that will be the end of the night. We'll try again tomorrow.